This is Cody Barlow, a middle school principal, coach, youth pastor, accused of molesting adolescent boys, 6th grade in particular, at his school. The civil complaint was settled. There was a suit in Eastern Court, U.S. Eastern Court in Oklahoma, against the administrator, against him, against the school system, and they settled it for $1.9 million. Let me read you a little bit from that case. It says, on the morning of October 12th, 2022, Wewoka Middle School counselor Ashley Aslin walked into Barlow's office and witnessed Barlow standing behind a 7th grade boy, rubbing the shoulders of the boy and thrusting his hips back and forth against the back of the boy. Miss Aslin let out a yelp, but Barlow did not stop. Miss Aslin then screamed. Barlow then sat down and placed the boy in his lap over what Miss Aslin observed to be his erect penis. Miss Aslin called the Wewoka Police Department, who came and escorted Barlow off the premises. She was so distraught over what she had witnessed, she was unable to drive herself home, and a police officer had to take her home. The same day, Wewoka Superintendent Dr. Shelley Gamble contacted a select group of Wewoka Middle School parents and requested they come to her office. Upon arriving, parents met Dr. Gamble, and she informed him that Barlow had engaged in appropriate contact with, quote, several boys. During the meeting with parents, she said that on another occasion, in approximately September of that year, a parent had walked into Barlow's office and observed him molesting another boy in the same way that Miss Aslin had observed. Dr. Gamble also disclosed that another of Barlow's victims was Native American. Much later, on October 12th, Dr. Gamble notified the Oklahoma State Department of Education that she had placed Barlow on administrative leave, and she admitted, as of that date, she knew of at least 4 to 5 students involved in Barlow's misconduct. So that's from the civil complaint. And you can see how thorough a civil complaint is. That was just a couple of paragraphs, right? So that resulted in a $1.9 million settlement. The school knew that it didn't protect, and it settled. Let's move on to the criminal case. And I'm going to say with a big star, Cody Barlow was found not guilty by a jury of his peers. In the criminal case involved in this, the jury deliberated only 2 hours, and at least one known victim is missing from this criminal case. Let me read the assistant district attorney in Seminole County. Her name is Tara Portillo. And this is what she said after the verdict. We're irretrievably devastated. She said, the victims are beyond devastated. She said, I think this sends a message to people that ask questions, why do sex offenders get probation? This is why, because the word of 3 children that this man abused them was not enough in a court of law. So he walks free and out the doors, basically what she says. So I want you to remember this assistant district attorney, Tara Portillo, who was unsuccessful in getting a criminal conviction, even after the civil suit paid out nearly $2 million. She has now she moved to help within a case in Wetumpka of Brent McGee. She is now, through a motion of the court, been brought over to assist the assistant district attorney in Hughes County with a very, very similar case against Brent McGee in Wetumpka. These courts are not very transparent. They don't upload much. There are things missing. It's hard to say at this point.
Imagine that.
What was different, but I can say there's a drastically different outcome between the civil case, which was in U.S. court and got it out of District 22, out of the local town, out of the conflicts of interest, and the criminal case that stayed in Seminole County.